Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. Today I wanted to I wanted to do a review on this 4-4-2 formation because a lot of people are running 4-2-1-3 these days or 4-2-2-2. And I just wanted to show you guys that the 4-4-2 is still the formation to use. I mean, I used it in the past weekend league and I got rank 2, 13-1. I gave away my last game. And yeah, it's still a very good formation to use, and I'll be showing you guys the weekend league highlights from the past weekend league using this 4-4-2. Just a very good formation. Let me just give a rundown of the tactics. Both of the strikers on advanced forward support, so these guys are gonna be making runs from the deeper and wider positions like it says here, and they're gonna be putting pressure on the defenders. So I used advanced forward support on my striker in a 4-2-1-3, and I also use it on both of these strikers in a 4-4-2 because it's just such a good role when it comes to a striker helping out in defense as well as also making runs from deep, which is very important because that can really stretch defenses, and the spaces between the lines is very important to have that in order to attack efficiently. And these guys, Wilson and Vinny Jr., they're very meta cards. It's also important to have meta cards, obviously, if you want to finish high in the rankings and you're not a pro. Like, it's very important to have fast cards with also the low driven playstyle. Guys, the meta these days is the low driven. Like, I don't even shoot like normal anymore. All my shots are just low drivens basically because they're just so consistent. And yeah, it's important to have it at least on white, if not on gold, but at least on white on your strikers. And they're just good at basically what you need your strikers for. They're very agile. I mean, I used to use Henry in a 4-2-1-3 because he was the lone striker, so you wanted him to be more physical, more dominant, because both of the opponent's defenders were occupying him basically, so you wanted him to just have that presence. But these two, the more agile because they're not gonna be hounded by two defenders at once. They're gonna be defended by less people basically, and then they can take advantage of that space that isn't being defended. They can make those agile movements, and you can make that last second switch to get that angle to shoot and put that low driven in either bottom corner. And it's also very important to have strikers with at least 4-star weak foot. I always wanted 5-star weak foot. Both of these guys have 5-star weak foot, so yeah, it's very important to have that on your strikers. And again, advanced forward support on both of the strikers, very important to have. And then moving on to both of the midfielders, box to box, as you guys can see, normally people, they use the 4-2-1-3 or the 4-2-2 because of the two CDMs, because in a 4-4-2, especially in the start of the year, they didn't drop back. Like, they just didn't drop back, and then you had this space in front of your defenders and it was easier for the opponent to score. But now, guys, I can say that these guys drop back. Like, they drop back. I was surprised because I was looking for a role that could actually help them drop back a bit more, like deep line playmaker holding. But no, guys, the box to box, it really, you guys can see they go up and down, left to right. They really do that. And I guess it's important to have players who have at least intercept on white. I think both KDB and Bellingham have intercept at least on white. And these guys are meta. They're gonna be running up and down. They're gonna be running up and down. They're gonna be doing everything that you need from a midfielder. They have the passing play styles. Bellingham has the incisive plus. De Bruyne has everything. Basically for passing, he has 99 passing. So yeah, I guess it's good to have really meta CMs. Also, if you wanna finish in good with a good rank in weekend league, it's also important to use meta players, or at least players who can do the basics from a midfielder, do the defensive work as well as also make plays, make those passes to the wingers that are going to be advancing, or to the strikers when they run in behind the defenders. So yeah, that's the roles for both of the central midfielders, and both of the wingers are on winger plus plus, not winger plus, they're on winger. So the left midfielder and the right midfielder are both on winger balanced. And yeah, these I put it on balance because I need them to defend basically. If you put them on attack, they're not going to be defending as much. As you can see here, it says, or maybe I'm showing the headers, but it says that they're not going to be defending basically. And yeah, if you put them on balance, it's going to run like a normal 4-4-2 where they stay in the shape, they stay in the positions, and then when you're attacking, you can either trigger the runs or they'll get in those positions by themselves. They do cut inside, guys. I mean, if you want to use inside forward on one of them, maybe, but for me, I'm always comfortable running down the line with the winger and then passing it to either the striker or the advancing midfielder, because the box to box, they're going to be getting in those attacking positions. Or I trigger the run to the fullback, and actually that takes me to the fullback, because both fullbacks are on fullback balance, not on fullback defend, but on fullback balance, meaning that they're gonna be actually in the description here it says the fullback is granted more freedom to push slightly forward and wider in support of attacks. So they're gonna be in a good starting position to trigger them for the overlaps. They won't always overlap because they're on fullback defend. Actually, not on fullback defend, but fullback balanced. They'll hardly ever overlap if you don't trigger the runs. But a point that I want to make for this formation, this 4-4-2 in particular, is that it's very important to trigger the fullbacks to make those overlapping runs. It's very important, guys, because remember, the winger is on winger balance. So you're going to get the ball with the winger, and then you're going to try and pass it to the overlapping fullback while your winger is being occupied by your opponent's fullback, and then that's going to create a numerical advantage basically. And it sets up so many attacks, like it sets up so many attacks, and you can get so many clutch goals through that, because normally people are running 4-2-1-3 or 4-2-2-2, so they're not going to be having the wingers on defense, you know what I mean. They're only going to be having the fullback and the CDM, so the CDMs are also going to be occupied by one of the box-to-box midfielders. So having that overlapping fullback is very important, guys. It can help you get space in the wings, and once you're in the wings, obviously you just cut it back or you shoot with your fullback. I scored a goal with Thuram, so he put it in the top bin, so you can tell that it's very effective to have an overlapping fullback. And yeah, that's basically the fullbacks' roles. And then obviously they're going to be defending, like Thuram and Hernandez, probably two of the best fullbacks in the game. Again, very meta. I'm not a pro, guys, so if you want to get the top finishes, you're going to have to be using the meta players, guys. And actually, that takes me to the defenders, the center backs, because Saliba, Adarabio, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Adarabio or something like that. Both of them are on defender defend. So yeah, you guys probably know everything about this. I don't really have to say much. Everybody probably runs defend on the center backs. They're gonna be making those clutch stand tackles, so you have to have at least anticipate on white at the very least. I have this thing where I can't use a center back unless they have anticipate on gold, because honestly, guys, I make a lot of last ditch stand tackles. It's just the way that I defend. The way that I defend is that I don't always rush to the attacker immediately. I just try and hold the position, and then in the last second I try and step in with the defender when they shoot or when they try and make a pass. So it's very important that I have anticipate on gold. So maybe it's not your preference, but mine would be having anticipate on gold, like no discussions. Anticipate on gold, fast defender, tall as well, to have that reach. Adarabio, he's like 6'5". This guy's one of the best defenders in the game. So tall defenders that can have that can make good stand tackles, and that can help you out in those crucial moments when you're defending. And then the goalkeeper is on goalkeeper defend. I can't really say much about the goalkeeper. Like goalkeeper, you just need to have what's that playstyle called actually? The one where he saves with his feet, because obviously everybody is using the low-driven playstyle or the low-driven meta. So yeah, footwork plus, especially on tall goalkeepers, I guess it's very important. I think Van der Sar, I think he's an outstanding goalkeeper because he's tall and he has he's not here. He's tall and he also has this Konate. Yeah, he basically Van der Sar also has it, but Konate as well. He's like 6'4", and then he also has the footwork plus. But Van der Sar is like 6'6", and he has footwork plus. So yeah, it's very important to have a goalkeeper who has that at least on white. But for me, like gold, it has to be on gold, guys. Like that low driven plus playstyle is very, very effective, and you have to have a goalkeeper who has the footwork plus playstyle, guys. It's very important. And yeah, what else can I say? I mean, oh yeah, the build-up style is unbalanced. I don't really use short passing or the counter one. It's just balanced. I mean, I think EA knew what they were doing with this. I didn't really need more of one thing or more of the other thing. It's just fine to have it on balance for me. And then the defensive approach is high, obviously, for the automatic offside traps. If I can't trigger it manually, or if I don't feel comfortable doing it, the game will make it so that the defenders are already in a high defensive line, so you won't get counted easily, I guess, or it'll be a bit harder to get counted because the opponents, you'll be a little hesitant, especially with triggering the runs. And yeah, if I don't do the manual offside traps, if I don't feel comfortable doing it, or if I feel that the timing isn't gonna be right, the game, it helps you out most of the time, or not most of the time, but it does help you out with the automatic offside traps. Yeah, I think I'll also show that in the highlights. So yeah, guys, this is the formation. Very good formation. I got 13-1 in the past weekend league, and it also got me really good rewards. So yeah, very good formation. And if you're tired of the 4-2-1-3, then I really recommend the 4-4-2. Or if you're tired of the 4-2-2-2, I recommend the 4-4-2, guys. The most balanced formation in the game. And yeah, if you trigger the runs, if you call your wingers near, and if you use player logs, I think that'll help a lot, especially because it's a very balanced formation. And if you know how to trigger the runs, if you know how to move with your players, I think you're gonna do very well in this formation, basically. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like. Please don't forget to subscribe, guys. And if you have any comment, if you wanna give me any advice or any yeah, basically anything that I can that can help me improve, or any criticisms, anything, guys, you can drop a comment, and I'll be sure to look at your comment and take it on board. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.